showdown. It's the UCLA Bruins and the TCU Horned Frogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the TCU head coach. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity, and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Bruins ready to kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. To the air, it's Craig. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going with the counter play here. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So
look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, trying to find his man. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on fourth down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Looking to throw, it's Craig. Zings it complete to the right. At the 45 on its way. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
When quarterbacks learn to take checkdowns, man, they become way more efficient. They become way better. They get way more possessions, and he does a really good job. It's not his primary guy, but he looks down the field. He doesn't force the football, but checks it down to his running back and still makes a big play because it was the right decision.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Keeps looking downfield. Finds a crease at the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Horned Frogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Fires to the end zone. Got it on the outside. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
You've got to be excited if you're a fan of this team. What you've seen on this opening drive, they look locked in, all 11 guys on the same page. This has been a beautiful opening drive. Really nice tempo, phenomenal execution, whether it's been running or throwing like you saw right there. And here they are now, down in close to the red zone, but the head coach is loving what he's seeing out of his team early.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Never getting stopped on that second down. Don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Dropping back, it's Craig. Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They get on the board first.
And that's a great job finishing the drive, but man, I got to go back. I love the 4th down call. Being aggressive. First drive of the football game for this offense. They set a tone. They cap it off. They create momentum to start.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the run, it's Knight. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intent.
Down, it's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava makes the grab. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Iamaleava gets it out quickly. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking for space. It's Knight. He breaks a tackle, and they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
3rd down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the 1st quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Looking down the middle. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown, UCLA. A great catch and run for 6. Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Running inside. It's Payne. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. And the Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as his defense makes a play.
Well, it's decision time now for the head coach. You probably like the play call. 3rd down, you're running the ball thinking you're going to get it in your own end. You don't. Now what do you do?
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's small. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
Off play action. Hit as he throws. On target to the left. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Horned Frogs are rolling down the field.
Go!
He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Quick release on the RPO. Snowed under by the defense.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. They want to run this quarterback. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Horned Frogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Pressure coming. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to move them on the counter. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Knight. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. It's complete on the right side. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion. They gave up a first down.
Fires one high and deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense. You're late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on first down. Under fire, and they got it. TCU calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Soft spot in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's begin with a look at Wake Forest, taking on the number 21 team, the Virginia Cavaliers. And it's the Demon Deacons with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something.
The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive.
Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the SEC.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Going over the top and wings it incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Say it in the gun on 3rd down. Slings it. Complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
Throwing, Imaliava. Right down the middle. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Man, if he doesn't drop it, there's 2 picks and 2 consecutive drives. He was in great position to make another play, just couldn't secure the catch.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception. You turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is
makes the grab in their space. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Line gets set, first down. Was to pass. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
That's his 2nd sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him, let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
Could be an alley. Makes it past the marker. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Going to the run, it's Walker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Horned Frogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, TCU! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt. Down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Going to try to get it himself. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Iamaleava couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. He's going to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% this season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end? Just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it.
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him. Or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the 1st down.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Play fake, Iamaleava throws for the tight end. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Motion from the wideout. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Shoots it to the left. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, and those corner routes are tough to throw for an offense. You try to force it, in between coverage a lot of times, and you could tell it was great defense. Nice job getting the hand in the air, getting it on the football, and making sure that receiver can't make a play on it.
Picks up the 1st down. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Punts it out of the air. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Unleashes one deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. takes the handoff. It's Knight. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short, and teams want to make their move in the rankings. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their...
Gonna let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback, and I got to be honest.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Iamaleava to throw for it on fourth. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava floats it out in space. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Man, sometimes these receivers slash running backs just make you look good. 3rd down, everything covered. Nice defensive coverage, drop back, taking away option 1, taking away option 2. But how about the running back slipping out of the backfield, catching the football behind the line of scrimmage, but giving great effort, making the big play for this offense to move the sticks.
Throwing, Iamaleava. Fires left. Fires left side, it's Smith. Bust through behind his pad. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. From the red zone, looking for a space. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. It's complete to the right. Still on his feet. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Iamaleava from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Fourth down, Iamaleava. Looking to the end zone. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Wide receiver going in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. The handoff, keep working on that clock. That hole closed quickly. He'll get one out to the 6.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
Great job on the safety there. And how about the D tackle just collapsing the pocket? There was nowhere for the quarterback to step up into to try to buy himself some time. That D tackle walked his man right into the lap of the QB, and he gets the safety.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. They turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Iamaleava finds the tight end. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation.
Finding some room. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Finds his big tight end. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Third down in the gun, Iamaleava. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete to the right. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Bruins! And they take it in for 6 more points.
UCLA, number 21, with the grab and
How about this? These guys are going for 2. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good.
31, UCLA, 15.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with get. There he goes. Pick up of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Pulls and fires complete. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the pummeling has started. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one.
Timeout, UCLA. Number 48, set to kick this one off.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a gap. It's Thomas. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. And now on 2nd down for this offense. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Floating away. He'll pull it down. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together.